Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel for day 1122 of our daily content grind. Now, it's a weird news recap, new news roundup, because, well, I'm in the toy shop, which is very rare. So I'm gonna let you guys know, I'm recording this on Sunday evening because, yeah, we have a hurricane coming in next week, sometime around Wednesday. So I'm trying to get as many videos done ahead of time. It doesn't look like it's going to directly hit my area, which that's what you need to worry about. So I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. But just in case it knocks the power out for a few days, I am setting a lot of episodes in advance. So expect to see me in this Chrono Trigger shirt quite a lot as a backlog of videos gets put out here over the next few days. But you know, it's a quiet news week, so I figured, okay, let's just go ahead and just get this one out of the way too. So the big thing for the week is that if you supported Haslab RID Omega Prime, you got your first email showing you the design showing you like the hand, like the in-hand sample. So this sample they showed off, there's no paint yet. The plastic parts are correct. The chrome is correct. But it's just the first sample to just kind of test out how the molds are working. This means that a lot of the joints will be too loose. A lot of the joints will be too tight. The factory will get notes on all of that and make the necessary adjustments before they send it to final. So what you're seeing here in this huge display gallery that TFW 2005 has provided based on the video that got posted, all of this, this is all preliminary, this is all prototype, this is not how the final product is going to look. But it does give you an idea of how the toy works, all the engineering that has gone into it, how close it is to the original, how much they've changed, and they seem like they have done a lot. It looks like it's a pretty extensive toy. I am looking forward to it a lot. There you see the whole transformation for Fire Convoy. RID Optimus Prime. It's just easier to say Fire Convoy, so you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, beefy boy. He big. He like, the robot alone is leader class before you throw in all of the parts for his fire truck mode and his super mode. So yeah, he is a Commander Plus. He is absolutely Commander Plus from everything I am seeing. So we know he does all the things. We know he does all of the things you want, a fire convoy to do. And then Ultra Magnus, very much the same. It loads in the cars. Everything works the way the original toy did. Really, really cool to see. Yes, including the part forming, because that toy requires it. Always has. Yeah, a little bit smaller than the original this time, but much more complex, more part dense, which is a preference to me. And then we get a little bit of Blue Bolts as well. Canonically, we've now found out Blue Bolts is female, and apparently there's some deep Japanese lore to explain that, which is kind of cool. Throws a little bit of an extra twist in there. Now, there are a lot of takeaways from it. I won't make you watch the entire gallery because, there is a lot. There's Omega Prime with all of his weapons loaded up. He's going to be enormous. Let's see. Let me go to the quick notes here at the top, just so you don't have to look through 200 pictures or so. Okay, so you'll get it in 4 boxes. 1 main box, 4 individual smaller ones. The back metal pieces will be in their own box, in their own tray. So you connect all of those yourself. That way, nothing gets scratched up in shipping or production. Let's see. They did a lot of comparisons, highlight the new engineering technology, the articulation, transformation steps, ports, etc. Full Blue Bolts breakdown, transformation, attachments, and storage in and on Ultra Magnus. And the most interesting thing to me mentioned in the video, an unannounced hidden mode that will use all of the Super Fire Convoy parts on Omega Prime when they're combined. So instead of just having a pile of red pieces and a giant fire ladder setting aside while you're playing with Omega Prime, he'll actually be able to combine with those two. I'm super curious what they figured out to actually make that happen, whether they're all stored on the back of him just so it's all together, or if it's actually going to enhance Omega Prime further. I'm super curious how they figured that out and what they've actually done. It sounds cool. Whatever it is, it sounds cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. We will see it in a future update because, of course, they're going to keep updating as the paint comes in, as the joints get adjusted. We are still going to see a lot more samples before we see the final product. Let's move on to a few photos of upcoming stuff. We have in-hand shots of Armada Wheeljack. Again, yes, it's a side swipe retool. It's based on the Shattered Glass side swipe they did, which we knew they weren't going to just sculpt a brand new head for that and just put it out as an exclusive. No. Get our money's worth, put it out at retail as Armada Wheeljack. Looking good, too. Like, it's beautiful. I really like the switch to gold from the yellow, the original toy. It looks a lot nicer with the black and the electric blue. Yeah, looking really, really good. Love to see the scar. That's always like the feature to that Wheeljack. Yeah, we know this mold pretty well by now, so there's no real surprises here. They did mention, if you missed it before, they did mention that because of the extra part count, they didn't have space to include the Minicon, which is why the Minicon sets that we have gotten, Shatterglass Sideswipe, Power Link's Hotshot, that's why they were sold in specialty boxes that were a little bit larger, because part count sucks, and that's kind of what drives up the prices these days. But the toy itself still looks good. It's as good as a toy as it's ever been. Looks good in these colors. Yeah, I'm probably going to buy it again. I need someone to beat up Hotshot for me. Of course it's going to be him. We have a look at the Retro G1 Bombshell. Now, I was worried that the Retro G1 releases were done with because I really like the concept of this, to take the G1 molds and repaint them to be cartoon accurate. And you know the thing I always forget about that? I forget that Bombshell isn't purple in the cartoon. I'm so accustomed to seeing black, purple, and yellow be like the thing for Insecticons, that's their color scheme, that it completely escapes my brain that Bombshell, like probably the most prominent of the three, he's not purple in the cartoon. So it's interesting to see a gray Bombshell for once. I'll give it that. And then, yeah, it's nice to see that they finally figured out some ways of getting out Blaster's cassettes, because they've reissued Blaster a few times now, but, at most, maybe he comes with Steeljaw. It's kind of rare when we get to see the others, so good to see. It's basically what you expect. All the chrome has been replaced with silver, so, you don't have to worry about chrome chipping or scratching. Ramhorn is pretty much the same. Gold chrome replaced with gold paint. I like the Energon cubes, too. I like how the Energon cubes have just become the standard Insecticon accessory ever since their original reissues that included them. It's a great little touch, It's like, it lets them be their thing. Even the back, like, I love the idea that they painted the back side of him, too. Because that's detail you never would have gotten noticed on the original G1 toy. It's a cool set. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up. I'd like a little bit more assurance that... I can't even remember if Kickback and Shrapnel came out in this line, I'll be honest. It is a neat way of, like, getting a hold of these things, though. And I still really like how they look in those colors. Culture Fly is putting out some interesting stuff for Transformers 1, including a replica Matrix of Leadership. I am screaming for a proper toy that is a replica of the original Matrix of Leadership. The only things that are that old statue that has been around forever, and like a set of like bookends designed like the Matrix. Outside of that, you'd have to go to 3D printing, but 3D printing is difficult to make look nice. I want something that I can just buy and it looks nice. Culturefly is providing that with a gold Matrix of Leadership based on how it looked in Transformers 1, which is very, very cool. And for those screaming about it, yes, I know, the Disguise Costume Company is also doing a Matrix of Leadership. I overpaid to buy one, okay? I have it on the way. But it's cool to know that these are actually out. And like, Hasbro, make one. Hasbro, just make me a normal Matrix, please. It's like it opens and it plays the music. This one doesn't light up, by the way. The one that Disguise made does light up, and it looks like the G1 with the silver handles. Just for your information. They're also producing a sticker set, which not only includes your standard, your Autobot and Decepticon symbol, the logo from the movie, it includes the Megatronus sticker that's visible on D16's arm throughout the entirety of the movie. So that's actually a really cool sticker to include. I like that. That's actually really nice. Yeah, nice big sticker too. Like if you had a big metal shoulder, that'd go right there. That'd look great. And then the Matrix is actually decently sized. Like, it's kid size to be sure, but that's still not bad. It's bigger in your hand than most of the accessory Matrix that come with Optimus Prime toys these days. I'm actually looking forward to that. I might get that if I actually get lucky enough to spot it somewhere. Hot Wheels is back. You know, Hot Wheels likes repainting their stuff too, so no surprise that Ultra Magnus is coming out based on the track fleet Optimus Prime. Yeah, and that's pretty much what you would expect. It's the Optimus Prime cab painted white and a brand new trailer to represent Ultra Magnus. Nice to see they went through that much extra detail and molding, because that takes a lot more parts and molding than their typical stuff. You know, typically the trailer is just a flat box. So it's kind of cool they went the extra mile to make Magnus. Looks good. Looks good. I like it. You know, there it is compared to some of your other Hot Wheels. There it is compared to Optimus Prime. No, like, info or release date on this. This is just stuff that has leaked. But there you see, like, the wave. I assume this is going to be the wave breakdown. So if you spot these other trucks at your store, they may have the Magnus, or a scalper might have bought it already. One or the other. So keep an eye out for what you see on screen here if you absolutely want that Magnus. Wonderfest happened in Japan, which means no, not in Japan, in Shanghai, in China. So let's actually go over this, because a lot of stuff got announced and released by a lot of different companies. This is Action Edition Megatron by Blokees, which we've talked about Blokees on this channel. I really like their product. You're going to hear more from them soon. But this is actually a really cool looking Megatron. You see all the, how it looks before you build all the parts. So if you want that, like, half-built look, you can do that, which is kind of cool. Comes with a throne. Always nice. The Sharkticons I get a kick out of. The Sharkticons are little storage boxes. I think that's hilarious. Yeah, looking really, really good. They haven't done anything like this. All of Blokees stuff so far has been, like, a little bit chibied, like a little bit stylized. This is just straight up G1 Megatron looking super cool. Yeah, I'm actually a fan of this. We got Starscream from Transformers 1 on the way. I believe these are their classic class model kits. Yeah, we see Elita 1 as well, B127 after he's been cogged. And then, you know, some of the extended cast here. This is their Galaxy version. This is from set 6. And I love seeing the Wheeljack. I still don't know why his chest has so much extra detailing to it. But it's that IDW Megatron that has me really excited for the idea that they might do more IDW designs. Just don't do what Todd McFarlane did and put a Decepticon logo on the front of Megatron just because it's Megatron. That is specifically Autobot Megatron. Don't screw it up. Yep, and then more Transformers 1 stuff. There's Sentinel. Yep, another shot of Megatron. Megatron looking like that Megatron, like walking through the smoke to give Tarn the business. Like, I like that pose. Very, very cool. So yeah, they put out great stuff. It's good to see that they've got stuff on the way that looks like nice. Yolopark also back. Their AMK Pro line is going to produce Tarn. Love to see IDW 1.0 still getting respected, you know? Makes me happy. We've looked over the AMK stuff before. They, again, do really, really good product. So this is actually a pretty strong looking figure. Keep in mind, none of these companies can produce transforming items. So these are all action figures. Usually you will have to build to some extent yourself. But they do look really, really good. They have like a low functioning, like simplistic set of figures coming out. Guys, you put the heads on the wrong bodies, or you put the wrong arms on the wrong bodies, one or the other. Because those are cross symbols on the shoulders that should go on Ratchet. Just saying. All right, we have a look at a classic Orion Pax, more IDW style, and then like more of an IDW style Bumblebee, like late IDW Bumblebee. That's actually a really, really nice touch too. You can see they're also doing Revenge of the Fallen. So we've got that Megatron, that Optimus Prime. Those are also becoming a thing. There's Transformers 1, of course. Everyone's got to do Transformers 1. That's Rise of the Beast RC. Good to see they're filling out that collection too. Yeah, the Mirage looks great. We know the Mirage looks really good. AMK Pro Bumblebee is a pretty obvious one to throw out too. Good to see that that's on the way. I like the AMK Pro figures. I am glad that they are continuing. Though, they are very slowly paced, but they're always pretty good quality. I'm not sure I want a movie drift from it, though. That's a weird pull. IDW, not IDW, but movie drift always felt like it's trying too hard to lean into, because standard drift is, I'm inspired by, samurai culture, but I am still obviously Cybertronian. I'm still obviously from Cybertron. I don't like the drift depictions where it's leaning hard into the samurai thing, because that feels like a little bit off. I don't want to accuse anything in this video, but it feels off. I'm not a fan of it. A Bumblebee movie, Bumblebee, or is that Cybertronian? It's hard to tell. I think it's the Cybertronian Bumblebee movie, Bumblebee. It's a very specific one, I can tell that. So yeah, Yolopark putting out a lot of good stuff. Who's next on the docket? Oh, Kurokara Kuri. So that is their Ultra Magnus with his huge shoulders that will never fit through every door. They have their Starscream. I don't know why he's splayed out like that. But it is a neat Starscream in that it is very G1, but also includes elements. You can also have optional elements to add Cybertron Starscream aspects to him. So it's kind of like an all-in-one Starscream. Kind of neat. See, they're powered up Optimus Prime, kind of half-armored here. Full armor. Good lord, that's a lot. I actually think that's just a robot itself. Some weird take on Jetfire. They are also doing a Megatron that looks really, really good. Everyone's doing a Megatron that looks good. There's a Soundwave that looks good. A little bit Pat Lee and how puffy he is, but that's fine. Yeah, Shockwave. You're a little bit extreme with your dance moves there, but I'm fine with that. Big shouldered Hound. You can definitely see the stylized when they do and don't stylize. And there's the big deal of the reveal. Diatlas. They are doing a Diatlas of all things. I guess if they already did Star Saber, then yeah, that's actually not a bad pull. That's not a bad direction to go in. There's a Beast Wars Megatron for you too. Also really cool. Kurokara Kuri stuff is always way too expensive for me. Flame Toys, I can buy their model kits, but they tend to not be the best quality, but I can actually afford them. I can't afford the big, super high-end figures they do. That's a little bit much. They look neat, though. I can sit and admire them from my metal work chair. Okay, one more company. One more company doing Transformer action figures you will have to assemble to some degree. Maybe. These are from Oddly. And yeah, they're mostly G1 and Transformers 1 figures. I kind of worry about how many companies are getting the license to do model kits, figurines, statues, high-end posable figures of Transformer 1 designs. It feels oversaturated. I feel like they're going to eat each other. Which I don't think is going to hurt. I don't think that's going to help the movie's reputation, which is already not nearly as good as it should be. Go watch Transformers 1 if it's still in theaters in your area. It's good. I promise you it's good. There's our G1 Starscream, their Laserbeak and Soundwave, their Optimus and Megatron. They're doing an RC too. This is, by the way, the only way you're going to get a screen accurate RC, because you ain't going to get one that transforms. Just telling you right now. Cliff Jumper 2. And Cliff Jumper gets his big cannon. See, yeah, there's the colored sample stuff. Nothing like too exciting, but you know, lots more product. Lots more product. I don't know how I'm going to create the thumbnail for this news roundup because it's all going to be like gray prototypes. It's not going to be the most exciting thumbnail. And we're going to finish it off with some unusual news. Do you remember when Transformers Alliance was a thing? This AR mobile game where you could scan in cars and watch them transform into Transformers. The game got taken offline, but apparently might be coming back soon. The Android Play Store has a version of the game online that's updated September 25th, 2024. And apparently their roadmap document actually did say that yes, it was going to eventually return. So it was done in 2022 in the Japanese market, shut down about a year later, and now is apparently going to be doing a soft launch in Australia, which means that an English version has actually been developed, which is interesting. So we might actually get this at some point. And we'll just kind of sit and wait on that because that's it. That's the news roundup for the week. Yeah, it's a lot of high-end stuff and a lot of model kit stuff that we're going to have to wait on. But, you know, at the very least, you know, it's at least a calm week. Consistent week, let's call it that. So, as always, thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you next time.